Now we have finished attaching the embroidery fabric to the scrolling frame. This is a DIY Suxiu Embroidery kit you can buy from my shop. In this DIY kit, there is a piece of paper with the pattern printed on it, so you can follow when you do the embroidery. And a piece of embroidery fabric you can embroider on. And two needles, and silk thread, embroidery silk thread. It's pure mulberry silk thread. That's all in this kit. So now we can start to embroider. These are the mulberry silk thread for this DIY kit. The same color, normally the same color shades are tied together with a slip knot. Now we undo this slip knot by pulling both ends of the thread. Okay, this one is open. And then we take one small skeins from it. And also there is a slip knot. You pull both ends and then it's open. Now we look for the tie. You see here, it ties the whole bundle together. We use a pair of scissors to cut. Okay, that's it. So now we braid the silk thread onto a bar like this. The surface of this bar must be very smooth. Otherwise, the silk thread might get tangled on the surface if it's too rough. We braid the silk thread just like we braid our hair. We have finished one and then almost finished the other one. We braid all those small skein silk thread onto a pole like this. The purpose of doing this is to avoid the silk thread gets tangled. When we want to use the silk thread, we just pull one out from the top like this. Here, you see? It's easy to pull it out and the rest won't get tangled. So you don't have to wind those silk thread on bobbins or spoons. It takes quite a lot of time. Now we see a thread consists of actually 16 si, we call si in China. We split it by half. Half is 8 si. You see? For beginners, 8 si means half of the thread is good to begin with. So you see, this is half of a thread, and then it can even be split into smaller parts. There are 8 A 丝 like as tiny as a hair, you see, 8 丝. But for beginners, like this one is enough. For the very refined work in China, Suxiu Embroidery normally use 1 zi or 2 zi. Okay. Now we use 8 zi. That means half of the thread we just split. This video is for beginners, so we just use 8 zi. Now thread the needle. We tie a knot here. Don't fold, double fold the thread like we sewing clothes. Do embroidery, Suxiu embroidery, we don't fold like we do sewing clothes. Okay, see? It's a single thread, not folded. Okay. Now we start to embroider. This thread is the half. The other half we just split, and this is half. We just thread on the needle through the needle. And we put this aside for later use. Normally, we start with the pattern on the top, such as those flowers here. They are not covered by any other objects, so we start with the flowers here. This and flowers. When we finish the flowers and then the leaves and stems. Now I'm going to start with this flower here. we use up this thread, and then now we change to use another one.